a jukebox in my house. And when I bought this house and I was like walking through looking at it, the owner had owned the jukebox and had left it there to stage it, to make it look cool. And I was like, dang, that does look really cool. Like, you got me. I also want the jukebox. So when it was time to buy the house, inside of the negotiation, I really wanted the jukebox. Didn't know if it even worked. I just knew it looked cool. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool.
It looks cool. So being that we're in Nashville and there's so much music here, there are a few different people that specialize in jukeboxes still today. So it took me a bit because of the pandemic to get somebody to come to the house, and they did, and they were like, okay. They're looking through it, and they were like, dang, this has never been used. And I was like, is it records? I didn't even get inside of it because I don't want to break it. And they're like, no, it's CDs, but it's never been used. And they're like, you probably sell this thing for like $20,000. And I was like, what?
Now, is it rigged to not take money, or do you still have to pay to play it?
And I think you can do either one.
You start charging for
But
it.
first of all, I was shocked that it was that expensive.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I don't even want to use it. It's that expensive. But you just type in a number and it flips and grabs the CD. It was butt empty, right? And so I don't own any CDs anymore. And I thought, okay, it has 100 slots. I'm going to fill this with the 100 CDs that are like the best to me. And so I started, and I've put 3 in so far. And the reason Eddie's here is I'm going to let him actually put 5 CDs in this thing for me.
Amazing.
But the 3 that I have, the first one I put in was John Mayer Continuum, which is probably my favorite album of all time, period. So what song do we have here, Mike? Stop This Train, my favorite song. Not only from this album, but in all of life.
Do you remember track numbers?
Yeah, this is probably 7.
7 to me when we had CDs.
7 or 8. Yeah.
7 to me was always the strong track. I remember going to the songs that I liked and being like, wow, that's 7 too. Interesting.
Did you look up the number?
Number 7.
Nice.
Nailed it.
I saw Mike look at me. I was like, am I either very wrong or I'm very right?
Got it.
But like track 1 on that record is Waiting on the World to Change, I believe. You can fact check me.
Correct.
Come on, you know it.
And that was the big single.
Yeah.
And it did fairly well. But it was such a radio song. Like, if your favorite artist's song, if your favorite song from your favorite artist is a radio song, I'm not really your favorite artist.
Oh, that's not true. I don't agree with that.
I do.
Because Better Man is my favorite and Pearl Jam's my favorite artist.
What a poser.
No, I do. I know every other song, but Better Man is my favorite.
I really hate the song.
And it starts off with this one.
Like, the 2 that I don't like of all John Mayer, I mean, I guess I still like, but I'm like, no, thank you, are Your Body's in Wonderland.
Oh, such a jam.
And not
Waiting
this
on
one.
the-
This
Waiting
is a
on
good
the
one.
World to Change.
Waiting on the World to Change. Yeah. So I did put Continuum in, and then I put in the Dixie Chicks, their first record, their first big record, Wide Open Spaces. Let me turn that up a little bit. And then I put in Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour.
Oh, it's a good one.
I think I'll get all the Casey stuff in eventually. I don't want to commit to all 3 records right now, but Casey's basically my favorite contemporary country artist. But those are 3 I've put in. I have a stack at the house.
And there are 100 slots?
100 slots.
Okay, so the first 3 were those 3.
So 95 for me, I'm giving you 5. And who knows, I may make this a bit. And I just don't want to let Mike D pick one. He's going to pick like Lemuria, some punk. Or
I
some,
don't think you want any of my music in there.
It's like,
But I mean, but you want your jukebox bones to be pretty eclectic.
but nobody would play Lemuria, some punk band, unless it's Mike.
It's true.
I got one that maybe you would like.
What?
Green Day Dookie.
That's a good one.
That needs to go in.
That's a good one.
Dare you have that time?
That was instrumental in my lifetime, too.
Of course it was.
Oh, man. I think I'm going to let you have that one, Mike.
Yeah,
All right, I got one.
You're in, Mike.
Yeah, I can't not do Green Day Dookie. Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Long views in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, even all by myself. Dude, I'm gonna play that when I go to your house.
Okay. Eddie, you have 5 CDs you get to put in.
This was probably the funnest thing I've ever done for your podcast.
Okay.
I'm so excited. And I'll start with the least favorite that I think you're gonna be like, no, dude, come on. But you need this in your jukebox.
Okay.
And it's Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde. And I'll tell you
What's
why.
this song?
This is Just Like a Woman. And this is pivotal in Bob Dylan's career. This is a huge album because they started recording this album in New York City when he was still a folk singer. But he was like, I'm just not liking it. The producer was like, I'm just not liking this folk thing anymore. Let's go to Nashville and finish this record. And they got the best session musicians in Nashville to work on this record. I've read so much on this. Bones, it was recorded like 2 blocks from here. This is the time when Bob started his electric sound and very like this.
Well, it always sounded like
No. You're gonna hear this album and then you're gonna say, "Dang, you know what? This is pretty cool."
Okay, turn this up a little bit. It's Just Like a Woman.
Baby can't be blessed till she finally sees that.
I mean, I don't mind some Bob Dylan, but I'm not a huge
You're gonna
Dylan
love.
fan.
You're gonna love this one. And I've read so much on this that the sessions, this is how they would be. He would tell all the musicians to show up at a certain time, and they would show up, think they were gonna record, and he would just go in the control room and write. And they would just wait, and they would wait till 2 a.m. sometimes, and then Bob Dylan would be like, "I got it, let's go, and let's play this." And they recorded everything live, so what you hear is how their session went, and that's what it was. Love it.
Okay, Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde. There's one slot. Jeez.
No, you're gonna
Is this
love
like
it.
a count up?
Yeah, it's gonna get better.
Okay, go ahead.
And then my first CD ever, it has to go in there. It's George Strait, Pure Country.
More than like the hits or anything.
It
like
was
that.
tough, and there's only one greatest hits out of this. I felt like it would be unfair just to do greatest hits. If you want to do that with your 95, go ahead. But I felt like you need solid albums. Pure Country is so good. It's got Cross My Heart, Heartland, even with his son Bubba singing when he was a little boy, Where the Sidewalk Ends. This was my first CD, and I got conned by my brother. He was like, "Hey man, you want to go half with me on this CD?" And then he kept it. I never saw it, but it was my first CD ever to buy, so that goes in your jukebox.
All right, so far Bob Dylan and George Strait, Pure Country specifically.
Yes, that's the soundtrack to
Soundtrack
the movie.
All right, next up.
Whew, I had to go Beatles, Bones.
I don't know that I'm putting any Beatles in there until now.
So I had to go Beatles, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, out of all the great Beatles albums, do we want to go greatest hits? You could, but Bones, even the greatest hits, they're all mixed in. They're all separated in their different little subgenres of the Beatles. You want Soup Beatles? That's one greatest hits. You want psychedelic drugs Beatles? That's another one. So there's hard to find one that's got all of them together. But I'm gonna go Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This has Strawberry Fields, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, A Day in the Life, A Little Help with My Friends. You need this one on there.
All right. Write this down. Got it. Yeah, it's good. I do.
You like this one, don't
That's a
you?
good one. Okay.
So I can't have you have a jukebox without Pearl Jam in it. And again, this is hard because there are so many albums, and I couldn't do Vitology, which
Why not?
is because you got a lot of throwaway tracks. I feel like Vitology was the album that Pearl Jam said, you know what, beep you. Like, I'm just gonna give you trash. I'm gonna throw in 3 or 4 good songs in here, and the rest is gonna be garbage that only the fans are gonna like, and everyone else can go like suck on it. Like, I feel like that's what they did with Vitology. I love that album, so I'm gonna go with 10. The first album that the world heard and was introduced Pearl Jam to. It's got Even Flow, Alive, Jeremy, Black. The cool thing about this album, Bones, and I remember this because of the jukebox in my college. I would go play pool at the rec center, and they had 10 in the jukebox. If you play the last track, Release, it's 30 minutes because there's a hidden track that goes on and on. It's just instrumental. So I would do that to piss the entire rec off. It was so great.
You'd play the last single song for
a quarter or whatever.
And then it would take 40 minutes to go to the next person's
Yes,
song.
and everybody would be like, what is this? And the jukebox had to play it because that was the hidden track.
That's dirty. There were some good hidden tracks, though, back in the day, because now you can't do that really because you can see the time on a digital track.
Yeah.
You can see the track. But the Counting Crows, whenever they paid Paradise to put it, when they did that Joni Mitchell song, that was a hidden track at first.
Really?
It was a hidden track, and then they ended up putting it on a later version of it with Vanessa Carlton. The first one wasn't even with them.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
On the Counting Crows record with the fishbowl in the front.
Yes, A Desert Life.
Yeah, that one had a hidden track. And they're like, this is one small step for man. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then stops.
But then it goes into a different little part. Yes, but there it is.
Yeah.
The hidden tracks were awesome back in the day.
Yeah. So this one has a hidden track.
Okay, so we have Bob Dylan, George Strait, the Beatles, Pearl Jam 10. Okay.
And lastly, dude, this is the best CD I ever owned. Garth Brooks' The Hits. This is the one with his American flag face.
Is this one disc?
It's one disc, Bones, and it has everything. I mean, Friends in Low Places, The Dance, The River, If Tomorrow Never Comes. I mean, this is the one that I feel like I still have it, and I would like to gift it to you, but I don't think it's playable. I played it so much that it's all scratched up now. I'll have to go back and check. But this, to me, hands down, when I was 12, 11, my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
I can see the cover.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
His face is the American flag.
Yeah, I have a bunch of Garth Brooks records. Not the hits, though.
How many albums are you going to go with greatest hits?
Well, the next two I'm putting in are Kenny Rogers' greatest hits.
Yeah.
So that one's queued up to go in. The next time I load it up, and then Hootie and the Blowfish, but not a greatest hits. Cracked Review.
Yeah.
So
basically.
I do have some greatest hits, but I'm not being a snob about it.
Because I thought about George Strait greatest hits. Yes, that'd be a good one. The Eagles greatest hits.
Like 19. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a big one. You know, the kind of Counting Crows greatest hits, but not really, Across the Live Wire.
Oh, no, that's amazing.
You know, Live in New York, the double album.
Yes, one acoustic,
Blue
the other
is
electric.
acoustic, red's the electric one.
Oh, dude, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you were going to do that on your own, so I didn't put that in mine.
So I have 6 records now at 94 because Mike D put in Green Day Dookie.
Woo!
Yeah, there it is.
Dude,
So this is
listen
Basket
to me
Case.
whine.
What else was on this record?
When I come around.
When I come, yeah, it's the Jam. Longview, obviously. Yeah, I was all alone. I was all by myself.
Was that a
Nothing was
hidden track?
happening. I'm thinking of you. Maybe.
Mike, was that a hidden track? I think it was.
So yeah.
I was thinking
It's
of
all by
you.
myself.
We played that at a school talent show once.
Oh, Bones.
We did.
And everyone's like, okay,
We
get
did
it.
that, and we did. I got a girl, she looks real good. I got a girl, she meant, because I know
Yeah.
that I need you. Remember that song?
Did you know what you were doing when you would do that?
No.
Okay, see, I didn't either, and we would go to family events. Like I'm talking my whole family, and I would sing Crash, Dave Matthews Band.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, hike up your skirt a little more and show the world to me. And my dad and all my uncles would be like, what's wrong with you? What are you singing right now?
We didn't know though.
I had no clue.
Oh, this was the Jam. Trippin' Daisy. Turn that up. And it was easy to play. There were only 3 of us in the
Yeah.
band. And so the drummer could do his little part, Tanner, our guitarist, play it up. And I can kind of sing this because it's like a goofy
No,
guy.
it's good.
And then it kicks in right here. Turn it up right here. Well, I know that I need you, and I think we get higher and higher. You guys don't even know. You're maybe too young for this, you kids out there. When crappy music was awesome, this is it.
There's a lot of it.
Mike, did you know this?
I did not.
It's in the system, though?
Yeah.
Oh. We have an alternative station here in the building?
Apparently.
We know
Or we
nothing.
may have.
We know nothing. Okay. That's what's up. Eddie, thank you for your time. Check
Yeah,
out
dude.
the Sore Losers podcast, which Eddie is on. What's going on over there? What are you guys talking about now, mostly?
Mostly, I mean, the Super Bowl was a big topic. Now,
It still will be, huh?
Yeah, and now after this, we'll probably go into a little college basketball. But we're trying to get more guests in. We had Ryan Hurd recently. Dude, we just realized there's a lot of country artists that we have access to, obviously, but they're all a lot of sports fans. Next, I'm going to try to get the Low Cash guys on here to talk sports.
Cool.
And they're both Tampa. One of them lives in Tampa now, so yeah, we'll talk to him soon.
Check out the Sore Losers podcast with Eddie, Ray, and Lunchbox, and that's what's up. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Bobby Bones. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and then go check it out. A lot of artists, a lot of songwriters, a lot of music. Welcome to the Bobby Cash channel.